Hello everyone. In this video I'll show you how to divide decimal numbers by decimal numbers. So one decimal number by another decimal number. But before we go there, I just want to quickly review what we learned in the previous video. We looked into dividing a small number by a larger number, so a small whole number by a larger whole number. So as you can see, this here integers, we have 22 divided by 1000. We said that because 22 is smaller than 1000, we have to add 1 0. We have to make this bigger. So what did we do? We added a decimal point at the quotient or at the answer here, and we added a 0. This was still smaller, so we have to add another 0. But when you add 1 0, you have to add another 0 at the top. Then it became 2200. Then you multiply 2000 by, then multiply 1000 by 2, we got this 2000, and we continued until we got 0, so the answer became 0.022. So we applied the same trick with decimal numbers, but we have to change the decimal numbers to whole numbers or integers. Okay, we have to change them, so we have to get rid of the decimals. So I have here a few examples. So we have 3.1 divided by 9.1. Okay, so before we continue dividing, before we start dividing, we have to get rid of the decimals. Okay, so remember, the key is to move this decimal on the right side. So you move this in here, then you have to do the same thing on the other number. Okay, so you have to move it over there. Okay, so now our numbers become 31 divided by 91. Okay, so we write it like this. We have 31 and 91. Now again, like the other video I showed you, it's the same process. 31 is smaller than 91. 91 doesn't go into 31. We have to do what? We have to increase this number. So we put a decimal point at the top and we add a 0. Now it's 310. Now we have to find how many times 9 go into 31. Okay, so we have, let's try 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, now 10 minus 3 is 7. We have 0 left because we added that to this, so 0. Then we borrow 10 from this, added with a 0, it becomes 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 2 is left. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, again, what do we do? Because of the decimal, you are allowed to add 1 0 without doing anything here. Okay, so we have 370. This time let's use, because it was 310, now let's use 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, so 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. And it just continue. Okay, so the answer, if you want to leave it at here at 6, then it is 0.34. Now let's go with this number again. So we have to do the same. When you do one thing to one number, you have to do the same to another number. So we want to remove these decimals. Okay, we want to move it to the right. You want to move it one place here, you want to move one place over there. Okay, because this is a 3-digit number and this is 2, so when you move the decimal over here, you have to add a 0. So basically you have 73 divided by 12.5, right? Now again, because you want to remove this decimal over there, you have to, there is a decimal. Okay, we don't put it, you put it over there, you add a 0. So now we have 730 divided by 125. Okay, so just keep moving the decimal to the other side, to the right side. Okay, but you have to do it on both numbers. Okay, not just one number. Now we have 730 divided by 125. Okay, now how many times, this is a small number, this is a larger number, so how many times does this go into 730? Let's say maybe, so what you do is, I showed you in the previous video, you just a trick. just hide 2 digits from this number and 2 digits from there. So we will be left with 1 and 7. How many times? 7 goes in 7, 1 going to 7, but you have 30 here, 25 here, so just reduce it by one number, maybe 6. Okay, let's use 6. 6 times 5 is 30, carry over 3, 2 times 5 is 12, 12 plus 3 is 15, carry over 1, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, so this doesn't work, maybe we should use 5 then. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25, carry over 2, 5 times 2 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, carry over 1, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6. Now we subtract, 10 minus 5 is 5, 3, so we borrowed 1 from 3, so now 2 is left, 2 minus 2 is 0, okay, 7, 7 minus 6 is 1. Again, now, because this is smaller than this, we have to increase this, we have to make it bigger, make it larger. What do? We add a decimal here and a 0 over here. Okay, now again, see how many 120s go into this. Again, just hide 2 digits from this, 2 digits from this, and you will see that 10 times 1 is 10. But because you are not allowed to use 10 here, so and because there's 25 here and 50 here, obviously 9 might go here. Okay, so if you use 9 times 125, okay, so let's just use it this way. 9 times 5 is 45, carry over 4, 9 times 2 is 18, 18 is 20, plus 4 is 22, carry over 2, 9 times 1 is 1, 9, 9 plus 2 is 11, so this is bigger than this, we have to use 8 then. 8 times 5 is 40, carry over 4, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 20, carry over 2, 8 times 1 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So when you subtract it, you will get 50 remaining. Okay, now if you want, you can still do, because you have a decimal, you can add 1 here, 1 0 here, and continue. So 500, maybe 4 will go. 4 times 5 is 20, carry over 2, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry over 1, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, now the answer is 5.84. Now let's go over this example. Again, we have 2.24 and divided by 20.2. We keep moving the decimal here and then over there. 1 over here and then another over there. So our numbers will be 224 divided by 2020. Okay, there are other tricks. People say that dividing a decimal number by an integer or a whole number, I found it that if there is less rules, then there is less confusion. Okay, if I teach you that way and then tell you that, oh, decimal by decimal is another way, it will make you confused. So that's why I think this is a better way of just keep moving the decimals, get rid of the decimals, and follow the regular rules. Sorry. So we have 224 divided by 2020. Okay, so we forgot a 0 here. Okay, because you moved the decimal point from this point twice there, so we have to do the same thing here, but add a 0. Okay, now this number is bigger than this, we added decimal and we add a 0. Okay, now how many times does 2020 go into 2240? Once. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2, you subtract it, you get 2, 2 and nothing. Again, now this is smaller than 2220, 2020. Again, because we added a decimal, we can add a 0 here without doing anything in the quotient. Again, 1 will go into that, so 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2. This time you get 10 minus 2 is 8, 1 minus 0 is 1. Again, because of the decimal, we can add 1 0. This is still smaller than this. Now you have to add a 0 there at the quotient and 0 over here. Okay, and then we have 18,000 and we have 2,000. How many times? 9 will go, but because there is 20, we know that 9 doesn't go, so use 8. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry over 1. 8 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 8 times 2 is 16. We subtract again. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay, and 7 minus 6 is 1. 1008. So this is a long division. So I'm just gonna stop it there, but you get the idea. Okay, the point is to just move the decimal points. Okay, again, in here we have 5.50 divided by 0.25. We move the decimal to the right side and you move it on this number as well. Then again on this number, again on this number. So our numbers will be 550 divided by 25. Okay, so 550 divided by 25. How many times 25 go into 550? Okay, so actually we use two numbers because 25 go into 55. Then how many times? 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry over 1. 2 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 5. Subtract it. 5 will be left. Then we bring down the 0 here. Okay, you can't just put a decimal here because you have 0 here, so you bring that down. We have 50. How many times does 25 go into 50? 2 times. 2 times 5 is 0. 5 times 5 is 10, sorry. Carry over 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Nothing remaining. So the answer is 22. Okay? The answer is 22. The answer to this is 0.1108 and just continues. The answer for this is 0.34. Answer for this is 5.84. Okay, these are answer. Hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.